Do 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 do. But time is up. But time is now. You're damn right it is. Time for John Cena to turn heel. Well, it took like 20 years. Turns heel again, that is. But hey, it's fantastic. It's great to see. It's Elimination Chamber recap. We're going to talk about it. The highs, some of the lows, mostly highs, right? A lot of good positive things about this. Anyway, I'm Andrew. This is DA Wrestling. It's Elimination Chamber recap. Let's go. All right, guys. On today's show, obviously, we're going to talk Elimination Chamber. We're talking the men's. We're talking the Cena return. Sorry, heel turn. We're talking the women's chamber match and a return there. We're talking the KO versus SAMI match and a return there. And we're going to talk about the Trish Stratus match. It was a hell of a great show. Before we get started, though, make sure as you like the content here, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. In fact, the icon should pop up right here. Right? Please subscribe down below there, guys. Helps the channel out. We thank you very much. A small click for you, big click for us here at DA Wrestling. We appreciate everything we guys all do. We are on a quest for everything wrestling. Anyway, let's get off the bat here. First off, though, the show starts off really quickly, though, with the national anthems, and Pat McAfee made a thing about it. So I've decided I'm going to comment. We are a Canadian based wrestling YouTube channel. First off, to Pat McAfee, if you are going to happen to watch this or see it or gets passed it on to you, sir, as a Canadian who was not at the show, the reason why there is booing, though, unfortunately, is not due to you guys or the wrestlers or any of that stuff. It has nothing to do with the wrestlers. Has nothing to do with you in general or anybody else. It has a lot of stuff to do with, well, the guy who's in the White House. For the things that he said about Canada and stuff like that. That's really what it's about. It has nothing to do with anybody else other than that. So we are apologizing if you're offended. I don't agree necessarily with the booing. I don't really agree with it at all, to be honest with you. I think it's just disrespectful to any nation to boo any nation's national anthem in general. So that being said, apologize, I guess. But anyway, guys, we're not here to get political. We're here to talk about wrestling and all the fun stuff that happened. And the John Cena heel turn. Hell of an Elimination Chamber match, guys. Hell of a fact that John Cena finally turned heel. And let me tell you something. A lot of people I've seen online talk about how it's literally been like, it's like right up there with the Hulk Hogan heel turn. My comment really on that is it's a different type of heel turn in my opinion. It doesn't really have the same effect, I think, at this point. If it would have happened, say, 10 years ago, completely different story. It's happened now, though, in his last 10 months in the WWE. So who knows how long this is going to be as a heel. It could only be just to WrestleMania and the end of it. It could maybe last a bit longer. Who knows? We will find out what happens there. But the way he turned after Cody said F off basically to The Rock, he hugged Cody, and the look he gave was if you knew it was something you knew was coming. And he kicked Cody right in the cojones, dropped him down, and proceeded to beat the living crap out of him and The Rock. And The Rock whipped the hell like a government mule. It's a great heel turn in a sense that nobody saw this coming. Nobody. I sure as hell didn't pick it. I know Doug, my compadre here on DA Wrestling, never saw it coming. All the people I talked to who are wrestling fans never saw it coming. No, because nobody saw it coming. Based because he's retiring. Nobody saw this heel turn right. That's what makes this heel turn really great, though. But it's a different type of heel. It's a different heel turn at the moment. It's not the same as the Hogan stuff. because of the fact it's happened this point now. It's more shocking because the last 10 months for John Cena in the WWE and the fact that it was in Toronto. Things always tend to happen in Toronto sometimes. You know that? Like, for instance, The Rock Hogan at WrestleMania X8 and X8. Here. Nobody expected for Hogan to be cheered. And he got cheered and The Rock turned heel. They booed the hell out of The Rock. We had a Raw here where yours truly was there, right, with Doug, and saw Sasha Banks return and beat the crap out of Natty. John Cena came back and announced his retirement here. And then subsequently turned heel here. Like, it's a whole lot going on here in Canada for this stuff. You should tune in and come to Canada more often then for this stuff. You really could. But after that, John Cena ends up holding the title up. Right? They beat Cody up some more, left Cody bloody as hell. And you're getting heel John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Now, I thought Cody was going to turn heel. Boy, was I wrong. Give it time, though. Maybe something will happen. Maybe a change will happen at WrestleMania. Who knows? I'm not going to throw it out there right now. Maybe this is a heel turn for the time being. And then Cody will eventually turn heel on John. And John will become the face. It all depends on how WrestleMania crowd goes. And how the story's built. But I'm definitely like how this goes with John Cena. I'm liking the heel turn here. I'm interested to see if he's going to change his music for the next little bit. Right? Because remember before, when he was a heel originally, he originally came in, he was a face, turned heel to the Dr. Thugonomics. Eventually, Dr. Thugonomics turned face, which eventually led to the time is now John Cena that you all know now. Everybody knows now. So, it's a possibility where you get new music as well. So, I'm looking forward to it. At his press conference, he didn't say a word. He kind of just did a mic drop and left. Straight out there. It'd be great to see what happens to John. But to the men's, though, match. I'm telling you, it was a great men's match. It was a who's who of men's match with Logan Paul. But I'm telling you right now, the best part of this whole men's Elimination Chamber match was the time we got with just John Cena and CM Punk. A nice, before it even got really started between the two, they gave each other a hug. It was excellent. I'm really glad that happened too, because it was one of the best rivalries at the time too. Don't forget, folks, when John Cena lost that title at Money in the Bank years ago, who took it off him? It was CM Punk, and he left. And he went on that whole run. CM Punk and John Cena have always really been good with each other. You see them all the time. You see them before back in the day, too. Blackhawks, Boston Bruins game, putting bets against each other, $1 or whatever. Here it is, just for fun. So it was a great time there. Obviously, it came out to Logan Paul came out first, then followed by Priest, followed by CM Punk, followed by John Cena. Right? Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins entered the ring. They started off. Great back and forth. Drew tried to end it quickly with Seth and Claymore him right away. Didn't work. Right? Seth remembered WrestleMania. Then Priest ends up coming in, picks up Seth, and razors edges him right into Drew on the outside there. Eventually, Logan Paul comes in. Then John. Right? Then CM Punk. Before CM Punk get there, though, Drew was already gone. Drew McIntyre was already gone. He got pinned by Damian Priest, shockingly with a surprise roll, the most devastating move in all of pro wrestling. Drew was pissed. Really pissed off. Now, Elimination Chamber is known for, setting up WrestleMania matches. Well, he Claymore'd the hell out of Damian Priest after that, causing Priest eventually get, splashed by Logan Paul off the top of CM Punk's chamber. Him getting eliminated in the process. Leading to Logan Paul Seth Rollins, and John Cena in there, with Punk being the last guy out. And Punk and Rollins went right at because Rollins was waiting for him. They end up fighting. Eventually, Logan Paul gets exactly what CM Punk said to him. He was going to put him to sleep and get him out of the Elimination Chamber. Exactly did that, folks. He completely GTS'd him. Right? Eventually get the GTS done. Hit him, pinned him out, knocked him the hell out of there. Done. See you later, Logan Paul. Thank God he didn't win. He's not ready for that moment yet. Hate to be breaking to anybody there. He doesn't need the title at all. But hey, eventually he probably will get the title. It's later. Later down the road for sure. Eventually it came down to CM Punk, Rollins, and Cena. And this is where we end up getting the CM Punk Rollins. CM Punk. We ended up getting CM Punk and Cena for a while. Then Cena got thrown out of the way. And it came down to CM Punk versus Rollins. Again. Eventually, it gets down to those three guys against Rollins. They end up putting Rollins out with a GTS and then an attitude adjustment. And it comes down to Punk and Cena again. Which was great. It's how it should have been. Anybody who says it's different, please comment down below. Let me know if you think I'm delusional, thinking it should have been something different. But it came down to CM Punk and John Cena. And before Rollins left, he planted CM Punk with a stomp on the grate, padded grate. And Cena took advantage. You can't even get mad at him for that. And ended up winning the match. While Punk was laughing and yelling, "Die!" Which leads me to this. Now, the rumor going around right now is that there's supposed to be a three-way match between Punk, Reigns, and Rollins at Mania. But what if Reigns is doing something else? What if they do Punk versus Rollins at Mania? I know what you're saying. They did it at the debut on Netflix of Raw. I understand that completely. 100% get it. But this is a bigger stage now, you see. Right? What if they're going to do Punk versus Rollins between them? Now, we still don't know what the favor is that Punk needs. That's the interesting part. And I used to think maybe Punk. I was thinking about Punk, Rhodes, and Cena. But now that Cena's turned heel, do you really need that? Comment down below if you think you need that still. I don't think so at this point. The question is, though, what would Reigns do? Because Reigns was nowhere to be found in Toronto. So let me just see where this goes. Right? You could easily inject Reigns into this match, but I don't think it even needs that. So we're gonna leave it at that for now. We'll see what Doug thinks, because he's gonna talk about what he thinks about the stuff on Monday night, tomorrow night's Raw review. Because obviously it's the Raw after Elimination Chamber, which will be taking place, I believe, in Montreal. So we just see what goes on there. But anyway, folks, let's move on to the women's chamber, where we got, just before the match started, the return of Jade Cargil, who beelined it. And by the way, she looks fantastic. You don't believe me? Go watch the show. It was the first match. Looked fantastic. Came down, and she beelined it for Liv Morgan and Naomi, who started off the match while Bianca Belair was in the chamber. She got in, and Liv's thinking, "Oh my God, it's over." Nope. She went right after Naomi. Completely bypassed Liv and went for Naomi. And she beat her like a government mule. She beat her like she owed her money. I mean, she did, but still, like she beat the ever loving like Naomi didn't have a chance. Meanwhile, Belair's like, "Oh my God, no, no, don't do that, don't do that, folks. This isn't over." She beat the hell out of her, right? Eventually eliminated her right from the chamber in general because she couldn't even continue. Naomi was automatically out. Liv basically got a bye in the first round. Literally got a bye. Which led to the rest of the match. Now, I think it was Bailey came. No, it was not Bailey. Yeah, next one was Roxanne Perez came out. Yes, Roxanne Perez or Bailey. Roxanne Perez or Bailey came out. No, sorry. It wasn't. It was Bianca Belair was the next one out. And Belair was so uptight about it. Let me tell you something. I think Belair was actually the one that did it. Because the way Naomi looked, like Jade Cargil started attacking her, was like somebody who did not do a thing. And Belair's just a hell of an actress. Because the way Naomi took that beating, it wasn't like somebody trying to fight back at all. Like she didn't even try to fight back. I mean, I granted you, Jade Cargill is a very opposing woman. But still, not like Naomi's a slouch. I think Belair is the real culprit here. The question is, though, what's going to happen? Because later on, Roxanne Perez came in. Obviously, she was the next one in after Belair. Attacking Belair, attacking Liv. Roxanne was my choice. Unfortunately, she lost. I kind of went I went half for this one, folks. I went 2 for 2. Eventually to Bailey coming in, and lastly coming in was Bliss. And I thought Bliss at one point was actually going to win this match. She looked great. She ended up, eliminating Roxanne Perez. Right? She had a hell of a showing into that. Both Perez and Bliss did. Right? Perez eliminated Bailey, as it should be. Which came down to Bliss, Belair, and Morgan. Now Bliss ended up hitting Belair with the Sister Abigail. And just as she was about to go pin, she gets rolled up, right, by Liv, and Liv is holding on to Belair's hair as extra leverage, because that thing's like a bloody, like a bloody heavy piece of steel. Right? Ends up getting pinned. Bliss wasn't happy about that. I wouldn't mind seeing Bliss versus Liv Morgan at Mania. That'd be cool. I'd be happy with that. Psycho versus former Psycho. Eventually, Belair ends up winning with the KOD on Liv Morgan. Thank God we're not getting Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Thank God for that. But Belair ends up winning. At the end of the match, Belair standing tall at the entrance ramp. Rhea Ripley shows up, as well as Io Sky, because they're about to have a match on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. What makes me wonder, though, about Cargil. If Naomi's going to spill the beans, or everything's going to come out. Because I don't think Naomi was the one that really did it. I think it was Belair. I wonder if they're going to end up inserting Jade Cargil into this match. Because I don't think they're going to do Cargil versus Naomi at Mania at all. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to do that match because it makes no sense. Yeah, that time away. You can easily get that match out of the way within a couple weeks. My guess is there's going to be a good chance that this women's title at WrestleMania will be a 4-way match. For the women's title, being Rhea Ripley, because I think she's going to beat Io Sky, but I think Io Sky's going to get herself back in there. So it'll be Io Sky versus Rhea This is Bianca versus Cargil in a four-way. Who wins? I don't know. But if you want to have mommy take the title off somebody, if you want to have mommy lose the title and not have her look in any way weak, which she wouldn't, because she is more over than anybody. It's a good way to do it. Rhea doesn't have to be involved in the pin. So we need to see what goes on here with this women, especially after what happened at the Elimination Chamber with the women. Moving on, though, to the two Canadian fellas tonight who beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. Literally beat the living hell out of each other in the homeland. Well, they're in Canada, but it's not the homeland. It really is like, it's Montreal. But that's only a 6-hour drive. Maybe 8, depending on how you're driving. Sami came out first, a huge suit. And, Kevin's supposed to be the heel here. But he got, I'd say, I can argue that he got a bigger ovation than Sami did. Why? Because Kevin Owens is awesome. That's why. I'm a KO guy. And I was right on the KO part. KO and Sami beat the living crap out of each other to the point where Sami Zayn at one point pulled out a barbed wire chair covered in barbed wire and proceeded to beat the ever-loving piss out of Kevin with it, opened it up, drop-toed Kevin into it, face first, like bang, right? Screaming in pain. He literally blew thunderbombed KO into chairs with the barbed wire on it. Eventually KO ends up winning, I believe, with the pop-up powerbomb, if I remember memory serves correctly, after he popped up powerbomb a few dozen times. That's her neck. After the match, that match went on for a very long time. They went all over the ring area of it. Now, I thought they were going to fight over the Sky Dome. That would have been fantastic. But no. They beat each other all in the ring area. Their own personal little hell's playground. Put themselves through a lot of crap. Especially Kevin. Eventually, Kevin ends up winning. Kevin ends up winning the match. He's leaving. You can tell he's visibly beating the hell out of it. So is Sami. Right? And it got to the point where even got to the point where you had TNA original, I want to say, with the Canadian Destroyer, Petey Williams, showing up. And they even mentioned, hey, he's Petey Williams. Right? Came on down. He was trying to stop everything. Shane Helms was there, right? Shane Helms was there, the Hurricane. He was there trying to stop everything. It was brutal. After the match is over, they're trying to get Kevin out of here. He's not having it. He's starting to beat up security. He opens up the thing to expose the ground. Right? And he's about to put Sami Zayn into it again. And all of a sudden, I hear voices in my head. Randy Orton comes out. And he doesn't run out like you think he would. No. He walks out calmly like he knows he's about to kill somebody. Everybody's singing him down the ringside. It's like a thing now. It's a total thing now. Thank you, France. It's a complete thing now. And Kevin's just like, ugh. And he's just like beat up, crapped out. He's like, just come on. Randy comes in, and they start fighting. Eventually, Randy ends up RKOing him. Right? Puts him down. Says, you take me out my neck. Takes him out. He's going to hit him with a chair. And then decides, you know what? I haven't punted somebody in like extremely long time. So he lines him back up really nicely. And just as he's about to just kick Kevin's head off and kick her right to Montreal, he gets stopped by all security. I didn't fly with Randy Orton. Randy Orton decided, well, that's it. Enough said at that. And starts RKO and security guards. Stands on the ring, does his pose, like so. Then they cut to black. Great seeing Randy Orton. There, sir, is probably your WrestleMania match. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Don't know what Sami's going to do. He might take this year off. Unless they're going to insert him in that match. But who knows? I doubt it. I think Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton is probably the logical match for WrestleMania. They might just have Sami take the night off. He's not a hell. To be honest with you, too, the guy's got 2 years straight of WrestleMania, which is fine. I'm not saying he shouldn't be on it every year. But Sami Zayn has worked his tail off for the past number of years. He might deserve to have this one off. And he might take it off. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's definitely probably your WrestleMania match is Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Probably a no-holds-barred match. Or a break-your-neck match. Who knows? Moving on to the last match of the card, which is actually the second match of the card. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. It was a really good match. Both Nia Jax and Candice LeRae came down first. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus came down their own entrances. Both decked out the Toronto Maple Leafs colors. They're in Toronto. Right? Trish looking really good, especially for her. Especially, Tuck looked fantastic. Right? Tiffany looks good, also in the blue and white. She should wear Toronto Maple Leaf colors all the time. So should Trish. That's probably the first time Trish has really worn Toronto Maple Leaf colors is on this tour. Yeah, she did on SmackDown. She did at Elimination Chamber. That's like the first time I've ever seen her wear Toronto Maple Leaf stuff. Good for her. Girl lives in Vaughan, Ontario, folks. It was all around a really good match between both there. Nia Jax got a hell of a lot of offense in. Trish showed off a lot of stuff. She was in the match quite a bit. Got the hot tag eventually to Tiffany Stratton, where eventually Tiffany Stratton did get the Prius moonsault on Nia Jax. Nia Jax ended up beating the pin here, if I'm correct. Like, there was kind of really surprised that happened. Which is good, though. But really, though, for the most part, guys, it was kind of like a filler match for the two really big, crazy ones. But yeah, all in all, those were really good matches. It was great seeing Trish Stratus back in Toronto, back wrestling, right? First time she's really wrestled at the Dome since WrestleMania X8, if I'm correct. So it's really good to see her there. Tiffany Stratton did a hell of a good job. People really seem to embrace Tiffany Stratton as this face. I can't imagine it won't be long, though, until she tries to turn heel. Because obviously, she will be the face versus Charlotte Flair, obviously, at WrestleMania going forward. Charlotte was actually at the event this year, but didn't participate really outside the crowd. Just did a little backstage segment. That's it. Nothing crazy for Charlotte. All in all, though, guys, hell of a good Elimination Chamber match. Hell on both sides, men's and women's. Right? John Cena turns heel. First time in a long, very, 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 very long time. My opinion, about 10 years late. But completely unexpected by everybody. And that's kind of what made it good and really excellent. Right? But I would never put it up there as a Hulk Hogan, like Hulk Hogan stuff like that either. Just different time periods. Right? Different things were going on. But guys, that's the Elimination Chamber. Like I said, excellent show. Go back, rewatch it on Netflix. It's right there, ready to go whenever you want it. It's fantastic. I'm probably gonna watch it again. Right? Probably in a day or two, just so I can recap it all again for myself, because I probably missed some stuff. Things happen. Guys, though, thank you very much though for watching it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below for all that stuff here. Make sure you follow us on Podbean, Spotify, as well as YouTube here. You're seeing me right now. Right? Our socials. Right? AMP1982. That's my personal one, guys. Be careful. Right? DA Wrestling or DA Sports. We're on there all the time. I'm on there a decent amount of time, at least a couple times a week. Doug Lines at D Lines 1991. TikTok being DA Sports, DA Sports. We're all there. I always posted pictures of our newest videos. So in case you're wondering up there, right? I do should start doing the like shorts again. Probably will, maybe soon, hopefully. Get to it. Hey guys, thanks a lot. This is DA Wrestling. I'm Andrew. Thanks a lot. Go watch Elimination Chamber again. It's a really good one. Seriously, you'll enjoy it. Bye.